So I've got a lovely bottle of champagne on ice and I've got a knife with which I'm going to open it. What could possibly go wrong? Hello and welcome to the Grape Explorer. Today, for the very first time, I'm going to try and sabre a bottle of champagne. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the Grape Explorer. Here we do wine education, product reviews and lots of tasting. And today, like I say, for the very first time, I'm going to sabre a bottle of champagne, a process which is also known as sabrage. So before I get into this, what even is sabrage? Why is it actually a thing? The story goes that back during the Napoleonic Wars, certain soldiers during that war would open bottles of champagne with their swords rather than with their hands when they were sat on horseback. It was deemed for them to be an easier way to open a bottle. They would simply take a knife and slice off the top of the bottle of champagne. And that's exactly what I'm going to try and do today. Now, I am very health and safety conscious, as we all should be, and so I have sort of prepared the room around me for this particular event. If I did the champagne sabering off that way, there's a fear it might hit a window, so I'm going to do it off in that direction. And I've actually set up a kind of protective blanket to ensure that the cork and the top of the bottle don't go flying off and create a dent in my wall, so I have considered that. What I've been doing with this bottle of champagne is I've actually been chilling it, and I've been chilling it at the neck specifically. I want to get the neck of the bottle really nice and cool to make it that little bit more brittle. Now you can only really do this with decent bottles of champagne, and when I say decent, I don't mean the quality of the champagne itself, I actually mean the quality of the bottle. You kind of need to ensure that the bottle that you're using has a seam along it so that you've got somewhere to run the knife along. Now I've been watching an awful lot of people do this online so that I'm fully prepared myself. The problem is I've seen an awful lot of people fail it as well when they've done it, and champagne has gone everywhere. But I'm supremely confident. I've even brought a glass ready to pour it afterwards when I've done it. Now what you need to do with the bottle is you actually need to take off all of the casing here very carefully. You need to be able to have a nice clear run on the bottle itself. So I'm just going to take off all of the packaging here on this particular one. Making a nice mess on my tablecloth, but never mind. More important things to worry about than that. Okay, and then I'm going to look for the seam on this bottle. Now the seam's along here. So you've got your seam running along here, and then like I say, the neck of the bottle here is actually the weakest point on the bottle. Having not done this before, I am nervous that I don't get it right, and of course it will go everywhere. But you know, the other thing I'm really worried about is the bottle itself's quite slippy, so I need to do something about that as well. Okay, well it doesn't get more prepared than that, does it? That's what's going to hold the bottle in place for me as I attempt this. I'm now going to take the cage off from around the cork. And then we're going to be ready to do it. Actually, my heart's starting to beat a little bit too fast for my liking. I think I need to calm down. Everything's going to be okay. So, like I say, it needs to be a nice clear run at the neck of the bottle here. Just got to find that seam again. That's where it is. I can see that. So the idea is, I'm going to move my chair in a minute to do this. The idea is that you nice sort of sweeping motion all the way through. Nice and firm all the way through, get that top off. I am just going to move my chair a little bit this way, just so I've given myself a little bit of room to do this. And here we go. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. But you can do this. You can do this. Nice motion all the way through. Oh, no, close. That's made me feel worse not doing it like that. Okay, let's try again. No, goodness me. Oh dear. No, try again. No. Oh, a bit of glass flew off that time. This is getting dangerous now. No. 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 There you Yes! I did it! I can't believe it. Sorry for the high pitch just there. I can't actually believe I managed to do that. Okay, there we go. That's quite a clean break as well. Let me see how I got on with the cork and the bottle. Wasn't a completely clean break, but let me go and get the cork and show you where that flew off. I'm so glad I put that safety piece in place. Oh, where did it? Oh, well, the cork flew off on its own over here. But I'm going to have to go and find the rest of the glass. I don't know where that went. I wouldn't necessarily say that that was a successful sabrage attempt, but all the same, I can say that I've done it, and I can pour myself a glass of champagne to celebrate. Let's take a look at that in slow motion, shall we? Well, I for one am both relieved and happy. My heart is beating a little bit faster than it was a few minutes ago. That is the art of sabrage, champagne sabering. I hope you all found that a lot of fun. I know I certainly did. I can go away and enjoy this bottle now. For now, a very relaxed Grape Explorer will say cheers and see you again soon. Cheers!